Hi guys, so you probably recognise this look from my first video of introducing myself and get to know me and my curls, but I wanted to record this one just because I don't need hair products, I don't need anything for this video. I just wanted to do a little chat. This video will be released in March. A lot of you, probably 99% of you, won't know, but March is Endometriosis Awareness Month. I've wanted to speak about this for a while, but I felt like it was a bit cliche, or I don't know. It's just something that I've wanted to speak about, but something has stopped me. But I think it needs a lot more awareness, and what better time than March. So endometriosis in simple terms is your womb tissue growing outside of the womb. Mine grew on my ovaries and in my Douglas pouch. When you have your period, this tissue is meant to leave your body, but with me and other people with endometriosis, it clings to the organs in your body and it causes this pain, it causes this sensation. No reason for it. But there's a lot of funding for it, a lot of people are speaking out about it, and I just think there's no better way than making a video on it and making people aware of it, because I was diagnosed with endometriosis in June 2019. I started having really bad period pains in January 2019, like excruciating. I would be on the verge of fainting, I would be throwing up, the pain would just be horrible. Previously in like December of 2018, I was going through loads of blood tests because I was tired 24/7. Like the tiredness I felt was crazy, like I've never experienced anything like that. So I thought maybe I had anemia. They were checking it, they were checking me for diabetes. All my friends were coming with me for blood tests because I'm petrified of needles, and they just couldn't find anything. They put it down for anemia and I was taking iron tablets, but nothing was improving. Rewind a few years before that, I was diagnosed with IBS, probably a bit personal, but I don't care. So this was probably second year of uni, summer. I was diagnosed with IBS. I'm sure you all know what IBS is, I'm sure you all know what the symptoms is, so I was diagnosed with that. In March 2019, I went to Budapest, and I've never drank beer before. You're probably thinking, beer? What's that got to do with anything? But I've never drank beer before. In Budapest, the place to drink beer, to be honest, except for Germany. Like, I've never drank beer in big quantities. So the place to buy it is so cheap, it's cheaper than drinks. So I was drinking so much beer, like crazy amount of beer. Well, little did I know that beer, obviously is wheat, triggers endometriosis. So I was in agony, I was in excruciating pain. I thought I was going crazy. I didn't know what it was. Like, I thought I was being a drama queen. I couldn't sit down, I couldn't sit up, I wanted to cry, I wanted anything. I just wanted to stop the pain. It was indescribable. It still is indescribable. From January to March, I had this massive boil on my chin. Like, it just wouldn't go away. And I know, because I'm really into my skincare, I know that chin, like when you do your face mapping, chin is a hormone spot. So I knew my hormones were out of whack, probably thought that's what was causing the period pains. But I just thought, you know what, it'll go away. When I got this pain in March, I was like, what is this? Like, I knew it was my ovaries, like I knew something was wrong. But me being me, I didn't want to go to the doctors. I'm going to doctors for so many times and they just couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, that I was just fed up. But anyway, in the end, after about a month of this pain, I went to the doctors. They thought it was an ovarian cyst. I was like, do you know what? It's better to know what it is. And apparently after 3 period cycles, so 3 months, the pain would be gone, the cyst would be gone, and we would all be happy. So I went for an ultrasound. They couldn't see a cyst. So I thought, you know what? It's gone. I'm lucky, I'm happy, but I'm still getting the pain. I'm still getting these bad period things. I just couldn't put my finger on it. So I was doing some research and I saw endometriosis and I thought, nope, says women over 40, women who've had kids, all this, can't be me, whatever. I didn't know what it was. The doctor obviously had put all the things together: my pain, my boil on my chin, my anemia, my IBS. I'm in pain right now. I've taken codeine, I've taken cocodamol. Oh. Woo. Okay. Put them all together and they've realised that I've got endometriosis. Now the only way to know that you've got endometriosis is having an operation. You have to have a laparoscopy. to diagnose you and to treat you. So I could either go on thinking I had endometriosis with no clear-cut view, or I can have an operation, treat the endometriosis, or be told I don't actually have endometriosis. So this was June I got told this, and so much is going through my head. Literally the worst thoughts ever. I was speaking to people, they've had hysterectomies for endometriosis, they've had IVF for endometriosis, like they can't get pregnant. That was one of my biggest fears. I don't think I've ever cried that much over a little problem looking back now, but to me it was a really big thing. So one thing that helps endometriosis is cutting out red meat, caffeine, alcohol, gluten, and I can't already eat dairy, so that was my diet. Cutting all them 5 things out. So it was a struggle, it was hard. I lost loads of weight, I was in pain, I was on painkillers. I have my little wheat bag that I put on myself all the time, and yeah, as months went on, the pain got worse. I started getting numbness in my legs, numbness in my toes. It's kind of like a pain across here, in my back, down my leg. It's like period pains 24/7, extreme period pains 24/7. It's classed as a disability. It's NHS has classified it as one of the most painful long-term health conditions you can have. It's a long-term health condition. I will always have endometriosis and it will probably always affect me in some way or another. But I had my operation. I had my operation in 14th of October 2019. I'll include some pictures of my scar because it is kind of cool. I have 2 scars. I have one in my belly button and I've got one in my bikini line. I'm not going to include the bikini line one. And they basically insert laparoscopy. It's a laparoscopy. So it goes through your belly button and they basically burn off the endometriosis. So it burns all the excess tissue off your ovaries. Woo. You're put under anaesthetic, you're completely asleep, and when you're out, they tell you where the endometriosis is and how much it is. So I found out I had mild endometriosis, which means I had minimal scarring, and it was in my right side. It's called the Douglas pouch. I'll include a picture. And that was what was causing my IBS. The endometriosis tissue was pushing on my bowels and just making it uncomfortable. This also was pushing on my nerve in my leg, which was making it numb. But that was a few months ago now. I've finally been discharged from the hospital, so fingers crossed. I'm still getting the pain, but they said that is normal with the operation. It should last up to 6 months. Like, not the endometriosis pain, it's period pain, but with the endometriosis. So there's actually no treatment or cure for endometriosis. The most treatment they can do is burning off the tissue. This is not a guaranteed way. It can grow back after 4 months. It can go back after 4 years. Like, it will go back inevitably. But they put the coil in when you're asleep because the hormones suppress the tissue from growing and it tries to keep it from that. Pregnancy also stops endometriosis because it stops you ovulating. So that's another reason why people try and get pregnant, to relieve the pain. And also because you don't know if you can have kids with endometriosis. So it's just like a little way up balance, yeah, of a lifestyle. But so I just wanted to raise awareness of endometriosis, what it can cause. It caused my hair to thin. I lost my edges. I'll include some pictures. My hair meant everything to me and my edges started thinning. I was looking bold, but we moved because I'm healthy now, I'm happy now. Like, it was a life-changing operation. When I was having it, people were like, you're so young, you don't need it. All of this, you might not even have endometriosis, you're too young to have it. But I knew in my gut that it would be worth it, and I knew in my gut that something was wrong with me. So trust your gut, trust your feelings, keep going to the doctors, keep finding out and get a diagnosis, because it is so underrated that you don't even know. Like, I didn't know of it before I was diagnosed with it. So I hope you learned something from this video. I hope that if you have a long-term health condition or you have endometriosis, you get the support that you deserve. I've got a big endo sister who literally helps me through everything when I just couldn't clear my head on what it was and the operation and all this. She was there for me. So It's at Endo Sisters on Instagram, I think. I'll include a screenshot of their page and they're absolutely amazing. So I didn't know what it was. I had to tell people no a lot. I couldn't go out. I couldn't go out after placement. I couldn't go out on the weekends because I was tired. I was fatigued. I couldn't eat in restaurants because I couldn't have the food. Like, it impacts your life so negatively and people don't even know why and people don't understand it. So I thought, why not speak out about it? All of my symptoms rounded up was I had bags all the time, I had no immune system, I had a cold all the time, I was fatigued, I had a boil on my chin, I had bad period pains, I had pain in my right side of my back and in my like ovary area, and my hair started thinning. So all of them combined let the doctor know that I had endometriosis. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this helps a little bit.